Live from my house, it's Saturday night!
Now what'll that asshole think of next? Is anybody got a dime? Oh, yeah.
Space Force is real.
Bing, bing, boom, boom, boom.
Slime! What? It's a river of slime!
We all know that there is no agency any living gent can see doing what is right for me. Is lifting up my bro so he can grow some eyes to see that doing what is right for me increases all our agency. Is it timed right or does it sound bad when I do that? Does it sound bad? Often when I do these streams, I prepare things beforehand that I want to share with somebody, or at least something so I'm not just floundering in front of you. Tonight, it doesn't matter. It's Saturday night. You should be creating the virtually not alone bubble space for the people in the hive mind that want to be there. Right? And special thanks to the Shadow Cabal who have made all of that possible, presumably. Hey, look, it's Elon Musk. Oh, hi. Hi, Embody. Hi.
I believe that if everyone sees what just a few people become when they wholly embrace their gifts, others will awaken.
Yeah, see, I asked for a dime, but it costs two to say anything. Isn't that right, Marty? Thank you, Lorne. Oh, I just shuffled it, too. That's too bad. I was going to shovel these a minute ago, and they cut. I cut. You know how sometimes, like, you're shuffling, you do the fancy thing where it makes the noise, right? And then you get your hands ready to do it again, right? So you cut it and this one, and you're getting ready to do that. And I did like that, and it was the ace of the diamonds and the queen of hearts, and I was holding it in my hands to show you guys. And then I shuffled. Yes, tonight is chock full of branding. We have two special new brandings to unveil. And Red Pill, that's part of why this stream exists too. You see, one of these brandings overcame my heart savings throw and made me all weepy. So you're gonna need your savings throws against it, I presume, if it had that effect on me. Meanwhile, it made the stream happen. Hey, Neutrino, it happens to be the best. Apparently, there's a way for people to gift channel memberships to people, and the procedure that they go through to claim them. This is poorly documented amongst our community, and that seems unfortunate. So if anybody wants to experiment and learn and post in the Broken Clock Tower Discord how to do it, we can have that information there, and I bet you I'll even make it a community post. Here's the casino card for the show. The three of hearts. There you go, folks. And now, soon coming after this brandings, the savings throws. You guys remember the Clint Eastwood thing with the chair? I was getting that vibe from that guy over there, and he was like, "Hey, I'm facing the wrong direction." I had to go turn it. What we do is there's a lot of mind control, linguistically. around you at all times, most of which is obvious in the form of commercials, but even those have infiltrated. There's a lot of mind control. Here, we give you a savings throw against it. You get to choose between survival, social, wisdom, or heart. And then that's the basis for your savings throw. I roll it, and if it's over 10, you take half damage from the mind control and the rest of the show and the rest of your day. If it's under 10, you take full damage, but at least you know you're taking damage. All right, save versus mind control, survival, social, wisdom, or heart. Choose. Whoa. Survivalists, you're going to need your bonuses. That's a 3 for you tonight. Socialists, on the other hand, prime 17. It's like you split a 20 in a bad deal. Lovers of wisdom coming out strong, prime 19. And heart folks, deuces. You got deuces. It's shiny, but it's a 2. A 2. Indigo kids, Baker's Coven. Baker's Coven for you.
No fur here. Sharks don't.
Now, you'll find on other shows, like they won't even highlight your comment unless you join the channel. But here on the Grim Grizz stream, while I'm still in charge of it, even if some yahoo says it's just time to feed the ducks, well, we might even feed the ducks. Doesn't have to be a channel member. Doesn't have to be anybody special, but Red Pill is special. I mixed him up with Dom the other day, and that's an asshole move, so I feel bad about it, and that's probably why I'm feeding the ducks right now. Well, I'm General Griswold Gaius Grim, member of the Sacred Order of Foolish Transparency, as demonstrated just moments ago. There's your ducks. I hope you feel better about it. Hey, look. No, wait, that's a background. Hey, look. That's a thing. And now for the first of the new brandings.
I don't want to know how things are to be. I want to exert action as long as I live, so that the sort of things which should, in my opinion, be, have more chances of being. If they're all set, it doesn't interest me anymore to see the year 2000 than it interests me to see the year 1000. The merit of the future is that it is not set. The merit of the future is that it is not set. The merit of the future is that it is not set. If they're all set, the merit of the future is that it is not set. The merit of the future is that it is the area in which we can exert our will, exert our efforts, and try to validate our values. That is the merit of the future.
I don't know. What do you guys think? I found it a little disturbing, Chad, and I'll tell you why. Thank you. It's beautiful. You could tell it was Chad's because that's his signature image at the end there. But what disturbs me the most about it is that I can see people with pitchforks and signs and bandanas and aluminum shields to reflect the what you call it weaponry, like chanting that as they march places. What did you? Oh, you didn't know I was going to ask you what you thought. Well, maybe pay attention this time.
I don't want to know how things are to be. I want to exert action as long as I live, so that the sort of things which should, in my opinion, be, have more chances of being. If they're all set, it doesn't interest me anymore to see the year 2000 than it interests me to see the year 1000. The merit of the future is that it is not set. The merit of the future is that it is not set. The merit of the future is that it is not set. If they're all set, the merit of the future is that it is not set. The merit of the future is that it is the area in which we can exert our will, exert our efforts, and try to validate our values. That is the merit of the future.
See, I can. Hey, Ardlian, I saw KJ was here earlier, and there's Neutrino and Cassandra. That you remind me of that complex I had once. I once had. Yeah, that I can see people chanting that as they storm places. So that disturbed me a little, but I like it. I like that he does it. Hey, Spoon Man in the house, dropping indigos. It's a fancy superpower you get if you become a member. Member.
Don't worry, Mom. I know all about cannibalism. I saw it on TV.
See? It's okay. We saw it on the television.
And if you didn't know, Free to You, available at the top of the Hive Mind chat. There's a link to the Ko-fi gallery where I have uploaded many of the background thumbnails we have used in past streams, such as Babel, Envy, the Lobster Monkey Temple, Honeypot Cops. The room is the one I did with Kale because we were supposed to do Defense Against the Dark Arts. And I think we need to roll back Defense Against the Dark Arts just a little bit and start with something simple like Defense Against the Headlines, right? As an introductory promo course or something.
Don't worry, Mom. I know all about cannibalism. I saw it on TV.
See? It's okay. We saw it on the television.
Now, do I lean into that and play it a third time as if I'm doing it on purpose, or just admit that I didn't? Why don't tell people to do things other than pay attention to me during the streams, please? It's counterproductive to my goals here. Don't be an ass. Be an ass. It's honest. Be foolishly, transparently an ass. What? Okay. No. You got to save the last one to the almost end. And you're like maybe 10 minutes in. Yeah, but I don't have anything. Oh, you know what you decided to do? What? You're going over to the scavenger bounty board. And apparently you put bounties on a bunch of stuff. You don't remember why you put bounties on it. But we're going to play it and see what happens. Here's how the board's supposed to work, I think. Wilbur fella, because he's getting old as crap and decrepit. And somebody asked, what do you think will happen when you die? And he said the most beautiful of things. I think I'll keep dreaming.
It might not seem to be the case that baptism is that big of a deal, but what happens is it's basically we're planting a seed, and under the right conditions, that seed should grow unto eternal life and bring the image of Christ to full fruition in their life. And you may say that I don't see that happening very often, and my response to that is I agree. Let's make it happen. So that's why I'm kind of focusing all of my parish mission talks on that topic is helping people to unlock their baptism. The priest, prophet, and king business. We look at the life of Christ, and we look at different offices, we would call them, in the Old Testament. Office of priest, the office of the prophet, and the office of the king. These three different things. And we see all of that fulfilled in its perfection in Jesus. And since we are the body of Christ on earth, we are also supposed to,
I wonder why somebody put a bounty on that. Okay, so the stream is called Proto-Lol Breaches. And what happened was, because I like to do the top on the thing and the thumbnail, and what happened was, normally when I make the AI art slaves make the thumbnails, I do today's date as the seed key in the proper protocol. So I would like the normal seed would be 2023-1021 for the image, and that image is the tiny one you see in the middle there. But what happened was, and the numbers that came up, like when it'll show you the random number it was gonna use, and something about the number I liked. So with the prompt of extended family reunion, it gave me this image. But it was because I liked the numbers of the random seed key that this image was generated at all. But it was generated by a breach of protocol, and I couldn't even type it right. I was so breaching of the protocol. But the notion that originally spawned the notion of the stream was that I wanted to take out the paint and show the trees and the graphics of the family, and then how nuking it down and then individualization, and then tie it into how cults target people who are feeling isolated and individualized, like we're pushed to be in our society as we express our secret sacred self, and how all of that was an effect of a weapon on the American lifestyle as it existed in 1940, 50, 60. Set. Is that one set with color? Buddy, get in your chair, or I'll blow the harmonica.
The list?
Yes, any of the first level ones.
I'm gonna get a soda. Anyone want one? Hey, Graham, I'm not in the room, right?
What room?
I want to cast Magic Missile.
The
room where he's casting all these spells from.
He hasn't cast anything yet.
I am, though, if you'd listen. I'm casting Magic Missile.
Why are you casting Magic Missile? There's nothing to attack here.
I'm attacking the darkness.
What's up? Oh, you're going to come stare at me now. I have a cat staring at me. I need, what? Remember it. We walk.
Oh, shoot, where was I going with this? Attention.
Let the music play. Worry for another day. Let's dance your cares away. Down in Grizzle Rock. Work the day away. Dancing's for another day. Down. This means that the individual's psyche is far from being safely synthesized. On the contrary, it threatens to fragment only too easily under the onslaught of unchecked emotions. While this situation is familiar to us from the studies of anthropologists, it is not so irrelevant to our own advanced civilization as it might seem. We too can become dissociated and lose our identity. We can be possessed and altered by moods or become unreasonable and unable to recall important facts about ourselves or others, so that people ask, "What the devil has gotten into you?" We talk about being able to control ourselves, but self-control is a rare and remarkable virtue. But so the intention is like this will be, I'll cut this part off and leave it as a video.
AI egregore stuff, however you may call it, already knows you better somehow than you know yourself.
So, I mean, it does come down to perspective, and there is a certain perspective I have from within my skin that is qualitatively different from how people perceive me from outside my skin. And in some ways, I think that will definitely be more accurate, because we have a very hard time seeing ourselves as we are. So that's already a real problem there. And I think that
them sufficiently between you and your wife, then other children will reject them, and then they're really in trouble. And the literature I was familiar with indicated that if your child doesn't make a smooth entry into the social world somewhere between the ages of 3 and 5, there's almost nothing that can be done after that to that if your child is unlikable at 4, maybe because
Sorry, I clipped. There was clicking. It was too fast for the machine. It's all very complicated. What is this? You should raid Jacob's stream. Is that guy streaming against me? Against me right now? What the hell? What the hell? All right, I have to investigate. Oh yeah, okay. So apparently, the whatever is in question is happening on some channel I'm not subscribed to. Porcelain. Raise your swords, chat, says Gartham. What is going on? Oh, for a raid. All right, I'm gonna need the link because I.
Bing, bing, boom, boom, boom.
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
All right. Oh, not that one. I guess it's probably over on this channel here he's talking about. I'm not showing you. Hold on. We're doing this. That one, Mr. Fats, is the Hebrew Bible study. You want me to crash a Hebrew Bible study? Okay. Oh, he's got his little. No, I shouldn't. And I don't know. I don't know if you know this, but I've risen above that level. But no. And while you experience the peacocking of our one and only Chad, I have prepared for you a selection of clips that were some reason scavenged and chosen for the scavenger bounty board. But before that selection, I need to highlight that the Ups has been making proper use of the social memory complex on the Discord, and he has added this clip to something any new person can find in the once they've become resident. This one's good though. Paul.
I saw a link and I clicked.
That's a good one. All right, Chad, you want to talk about anything?
Well, today what's on my mind is I saw a kitten talking that said, "I'm not a cat." And I laughed my ass off and I showed my wife and she loved it so much that we were crying laughing because we'd never seen it. And that's it.
Paul. What makes this such an excellent contribution to the social memory complex is it is a rare appearance of Red Pill on camera, the introduction of Jasmine, all tying them to this Pastor Paul Vanderclake thing for the RICO case. And here's Chad and Grimm as well. So that's one reason it's excellent. Another is that it captured a special moment for everyone that was there. There are two types. There's not two, but like of the types of gems of clips we can have, there are some that are flavored heart, some that are flavored wisdom, etc., etc. And this in the social memory complex is a place where we can share all kinds of the gems, whereas the clip stream is usually wisdom or survival or social or I don't know how usually works, but we're doing stuff together. It's a participatory experience. You could just watch. You don't even have to hive mind, but you do get +2 to the savings throws if you do. Just like Gartham here, that's worth a +2. Marty's using fancy emojis. Dolly's saying good morning, Dolly, and KJ's laughing their ass off. Okay, so now let's go to not this tab. For some reason, this was on the bounty board. Let's explore.
Last time I asked you about the connection between opponent processing and the theological virtues. This time, I would like to extend this exegesis. In Revelations 4, 6-9, in the...
Are you ready? Are you ready, Dr. Viveki? I'm about to extend my exegesis.
throne room of heaven, there are 4 beasts, the ox, the eagle, the lion, and the man. These beasts are the 4 ways of knowing, your 4 Ps. The ox, participatory knowing, the eagle, perspectival knowing, the lion, procedural knowing, and the man, propositional knowing. What is the evidence that these beasts are knowledge? These beasts have eyes all on the sides of their heads like Marduk, so they can see the... Last time I asked you about the connection.
Last time, I asked you about the connection between opponent processing and the theological virtues. This time, I would like to extend this exegesis in Revelations 4, 6-9. In the throne room of heaven, there are 4 beasts: the ox, the eagle, the lion, and the man. Well, he lost a foot of beard in one day. Branding. Remember, Embody.
There is no agency. We want
what's best. Please pray for.
The Stoa is a digital.
Oh, this was me. This was me clicking on a thing that was not a clip. This was something I posted on the bounty board because in some part of it, this guy talks about naivety signaling, and I was too lazy to search a transcript back then, I guess, or I just had so much better things to do. Naivety, no, there's no, it's not in there. Signaling, maybe under signaling. No, it's not in that one, I guess. I'm a jackass. But this guy, this Schmachtenberger fella,
where you've got kind of conscious, these pieces of data, these axioms, these logical steps, rational process. Then you have other than conscious, lots of bandwidth. I just took in a set of inputs, and now my other than conscious mind is pattern matching this across a whole bunch of stuff, and something pops out. So you get an...
Yeah, and like what's popped out to me afterward was like his connection to Jordan Hall and the Burning Man and this, but like when he first came on the scene, it was on Chris Williamson, and he said the quiet part out loud about prey-humans and not prey-humans and how people think of those of us down here. And I thought that if he stood on that, it was going to rise like Peterson with the C-16. But later on, he goes on this Stoa fella's channel 4 times, and during one of those, he talks about channeling, and during one of those, he talks about naivety signaling, and that's probably the last of the useful shit we'll get out of that fella.
Yes, against it is breaking down, but we have all of this technology, and how the technology has transformed the world in ways that we never imagined. Again, one of my favorite I have to dig it up and make a clip of it. Maybe it's in Grim Grizz's reaping room. But when Jordan Peterson asks, "What is a car?" and he just it was in one of his.
I think he's Mandela. I don't know that exists. I don't know, but it was Pastor Paul trying to use our scavenger board without even knowing there was a scavenger board. And this one, the personal testimony from somebody who knew about how your children have been targeted and we're not doing anything about it, such as creating an overall, like, maybe it's there and you just haven't seen it, Grim. I mean, you asked that Richard Carlin fella about it a little bit, but what I see should exist in this timeline, if it doesn't, is the education of those homeschooling, the tools and resources of the network of families. Just because you have to do the homeschooling at home doesn't mean that you shouldn't have access to all the other families' knowledge that are also homeschooling. And if that's not a thing yet, I don't see how else we're going to counteract this.
Community and subject to the teachers themselves, and there was communication going on, right? And so once this federal agency thing came in, it all went to the federal. And I could tell lots of stories about that, which I won't because it would take up all day.
And they're mostly horror stories, right?
Horror stories, mostly horror stories. And so I saw the beginnings of what was happening in the schools. And the only thing I could think of to do at the time was I did a speaking tour of the state, and I went to every small community I could find, and I talked to parents, and I said, this is what's coming down the pike, and this is why it's not good. And I recommend that you either homeschool your children or you start private schools as soon as possible. That's the only thing I could think of to do. And because I was a minority, subject to the people in the community and subject to the teacher.
You said the heart of the Grim Grizz channel. The heart of the Grim Grizz channel is virtually not alone. Remember, Embody, there is no agency. The heart of the Grim Grizz channel is about the question and anxiety of life being wasted in communion with machines instead of other real human beings. That's the heart of your channel, Grizz. That's the heart of your channel. And it comes out of, very clearly, the pain that many people are growing up being parented by machines and not by their biological parents.
I listened to that again today, and it made me want to make you listen to it again. We're live. It's Saturday night. I'm here. You want me to roll the dice again? What do you want? I'm here for you. I'm making the bubble. We're virtually not alone. What is it the hive mind would like from me? Cassandra says she's heard horror stories. Yeah, well, anywhere there's children, there's going to be horror stories. Neutrino says the U.S. education system is based on a Prussian model to make compliant factory workers. Well, now they've twisted that and decided to make something else with it, don't you think? That they're making not productive factory workers, but agents of revolution that are too young to understand what they're revolving about. But didn't we? No, we didn't do anything but go to work and pay the bills and watch set. We didn't even barely vote, but once every 4 years, Red Pill. We didn't do a damn thing. It's Sunday morning in South Africa. Tell a funny story. A funny story. Well, once upon a time, I read a Reader's Digest piece. Reader's Digest used to be a thing for people who read. Like, it was sort of like what we do with clips and stuff in the clip stream when I ever do a Reaper's Harvest appropriately. But it was like a curated selection of things for you to read. They gave in a magazine called the Reader's Digest, and it would be in waiting rooms where you would have to go sometimes if you were going to do stuff. And anyway, once upon a time, I found one and read an article that says, "What is humor? What is humor?" And it said in the gist of the article, because why take the whole thing? Just what you need from it, right? And the gist of it was that what makes people laugh and find funny is when they have new and novel connections in their brain that are pleasant. Like pleasant, weird connection. Like if you connect a salt shaker to infinity and the grain of sand or whatever, you connect something for them in a new way, in a way that delights their mind. It usually or can erupt in laughter. That's not a funny story. That's not. Oh, there was another option. I guess that was a fond memory version. Spoon Man says, "I love the funny anecdote." Yeah, see, they had a nice presentation, a little bit for everybody. They understood that there were different appetites for different readers and how to service a whole group of them and get one subscription from them. So close to the present day. What? Oh, you're almost here. You're almost here. The more branding, the more you can fast forward through in the replay watching, right? This one's from Mostly. I think this is the first one Mostly made, maybe. What an abrupt ending.
There is no agency. We want what's best.
Beggars can be choosy, but it's terribly offensive. You're not supposed to reject people's gifts. They might come from the heart, even though it's not. Oh, you're a singer now, no homo? Why are you saying no homo, no Trino? What's going on? Are you trying to pull Chad's finger again? Jeez. What? There's finger pulling going on in my hive mind, folks. You know, you can contribute by saying any words. I can sometimes read them. This is the narcissist in me. I want all of Grimm's attention. Well, at least you joined the channel. I mean, the people competing for my attention that can't even pony it. No. Money's money. Hey, Hezzy, good to see you. Isn't that nice? We're about to pull another blue card. Blue card, Church of the Show. Church of the Show? Whatever. Hey, it's live. Seven of Hearts on this Sunday morning in South Africa. And I guess where you're at, too. I guess Friends of Bill. You and your code words, Marty. What? Pull my first fist. Oh, jeez. Here you go. Now, Slack, you're in the present. Guess what? Now you have to go through the new one. Which is way in this tab at normal speed. This means that the individual psyche is far from being safely synthesized. On the contrary, it threatens to fragment only too easily under the onslaught of unchecked emotions. While this situation is familiar to us from the studies of anthropologists, it is not so irrelevant to our own advanced civilization as it might seem. We too can become dissociated and lose our identity. We can be possessed and altered by moods or become unreasonable and unable to recall important facts about ourselves or others, so that people ask, "What the devil has gotten into you?" We talk about being able to control ourselves, but self-control is a rare and remarkable virtue. But so the intention is like this will be, I'll cut this part off and leave it as a video. It's a very interesting stylish choice you made to leave the cut this part off on the part I clearly stated I would cut off. I need something. I don't know what it is, and it may take me a little while to find it, gents. I hope that you too enjoy this moment. As
The list? Yes, any of the first level ones.
I'm gonna get a soda. Anyone want one? Hey, Graham, I'm not in the room, right?
What room? I want to cast Magic Missile.
The room where he's casting all these spells from.
He hasn't cast anything yet. I am, though, if you'd listen. I'm casting Magic Missile. Why are you casting Magic Missile? There's nothing to attack here. I'm attacking the darkness.
In all our searching, the only thing we've found that makes the emptiness bearable is each other.
And you now have each other, Hive Mind, for 1 minute and 44 seconds. All right, do I got? We'll have Raj tuck you in, Cassandra. I've got a notion from one of the executive producers that's a little wild, so I'm investigating that as we go.
Like Hobo's Lullaby. Go to sleep, you weary hobo. Let the town go drifting by. Listen to the steel rails a-hummin'. That's a hobo's lullaby. And
that's the hobo's lullaby. Sorry, you know. Oh, I love Raj too, for real, for real. That's what fur means, I think, for real, for real. I'm not sure I'm up to date on all of the code language. But why? Good night. Bye. You guys running over to Hebrew Bible study? You know, this is not that. This is me with branding, and I did want to. It turns out that I get. there's this notion of a successful YouTube channel, and the thing of it is I've always considered myself more of a worm tongue, and the type of worm tongue I've most considered myself was that of Jafar. And the thing about Jafar is I was like, well, what was he? Was he, what the hell is a wazir? Wasn't it a wazir? And since I think we forgot to on Thursday go get the secret message from Miriam, I went to Miriam to find this wazir thing and double check, only to discover
Vizier.
is a high executive officer in various Muslim countries, and especially of the Ottoman Empire. And I was like, what the fuck is the Ottoman Empire? I know it's a civilization I can pick in Sid Meier's game.
Vizier.
But then I saw it was a civil officer in ancient Egypt having vice-regal powers. Oh, you can't read it unless I do that. Sorry. There, you see? And so that's the one I like. Number 2. We're going with number 2. We are a flotilla. We're an attention flotilla. Oh, you thought I was? Yes, no, I just had to step away and you know, actually I had to grab a piece of pizza. 5-cheese pizza is what I really ended up. All the cookies are gone. I make no-bake cookies. There, a private and intimate confession. I make peanut butter no-bake cookies. With the money you give me, I buy sugar. Usually I try to get brown sugar, even though the cookies don't congeal as well with the brown sugar. There's something about the white death sugar I try to avoid. So I get brown sugar and peanut butter, natural peanut butter, like the one Death Brad Pitt, Meet Joe Black recommended that peanut butter, and I mixed that up with the sugar and some butter and some milk, and it's really like just you make chocolate coating candy. Oh, it takes really expensive vanilla beans live from Madagascar. You know, I find this one is pretty meditative. Do we need? Oh, do we do? What's your favorite branding, and then making people feel like losers, or I don't know. But I like this. It's meditative for me. It's an interesting experience. It's that I get the opportunity to do this. That it all started because I was following the advice of a video by Alan Watts, which I'm pretty sure are good. Oh, we didn't do the special secret message yet. Sorry, guys, I get distracted sometimes. I got the tension like a squirrel. like squirrel. What do you even have loaded?
Bing, bing, boom, boom, boom.
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
It's it's just I have two tabs full in StreamYards. I have to go up and down and grab and I get lost sometimes. Sliding down the river.
Slime! What? It's a river of slime!
Now for the top secret message. Thanks to what a great one. What a great one, Miriam. We see what we do here, even though there is no agency, is we decode the secret messages for the agents that they encode on the Merriam-Webster.com word of the day interface. And the words of the day for this secret message end with beholden,
Beholden.
A formal adjective that describes someone as having obligations to someone or something else, often, but not always, to return a favor or a gift.
Inculcate.
Or maybe we did do it and I'm forgetting. Yes.
Dubious.
So, how dubious of me.
Quintessence.
All right, I'm beholden to the dubious infinite quintessence. Sorry, have a shanty. We all know that there is no agency any living gent can see doing what is right for me. Just lifting up my bro so he can grow some eyes to see that doing what is right for me increases all our agency. Don't actually have any cowbell. I just have the guy that wants cowbell. Chad says, I'd like your thoughts on the branding as such and what the essence of it is to you specifically. Oh, the essence of the branding and my thoughts on it as such. I don't know that I can think of a thing as such. What does as such even mean? It's one of those fancy prima facie words. The branding is what makes this, it's like, it lets me know that people understand that the show is a ship and that like the discords and the internal parts of the ship is what is, it's the lunch on the Serenity is in the Discord, and that space exists and a place that people can be part of is an on-ramp of participation, like in the information war, but also it's just like, hey, we, even though we're these things, and we're sending our attention up into this weird layer, right? We can still cohere in ways in this new virtual realm where everything is invisible, but I don't know. Everything important is invisible, but you can see like the trail of it, right? Like the Discord, the social memory complex section for let's run through that for a while, maybe. How far back? I don't know. People haven't been. It's not well used. It's not, but that's why you highlighted Upster's use of it, right? Let's see what we did get. We did get to pull my finger. That's worthwhile. Where does the phrase "pull my finger" originate? Give a historical account with depth and nuance.
There it is. Oh.
Thank you, Chad, for the questions. That was a good one.
It is a good one.
All right, read until you think it's my turn, Gavin.
The phrase "pull my finger" is a colloquial expression often associated with a humorous prank where one person asks another to pull their finger. and upon doing so, the first person emits flatulence, while the exact order.
Flatulence. Oh, I almost had it. I almost could spin that into a song. I couldn't find it. Whatever. Kevin says, are we truly an on-ramp as such, or just an on-ramp? Or are we just as such? Pull my finger as such. But I think for me, it was a discovery back in my truther days that what resembled a community could form on the Discord, right? And then so when Merck and Ryan were trying to start their channel, I was like, you can do communities on a Discord around the channel. And then that'd be a good one. What was it? Oh, that was a Two Morphs piece that probably got wiped in the wash. So much got wiped in the wash, man. Remember.
This agency. We want
This is in the social memory complex. Apparently, it's easier for some people to make GIFs than clips, or maybe just more appropriate to make GIFs than clips. But this is one of the fancy pants things in the social memory complex on the Discord. Now, admittedly, like you can tell by this over here. Look at this. If I close all of them, you can look at how messy this place is. There we go. Those are, and then, no, okay. All right. Here's a quick guide to the Discord if it's your first time. You can support the work at the top. The voice channels don't we use very often, but that's where you'll find the disclaimer, which has everything I do, I try to put here. So for people who want it all, this is where you follow. And then there's the community grounds with the Broken Clock Tavern, which is essentially what other Discords call general chat. But I wanted to establish it's a tavern-like environment in your mind, so it's called the Tavern. There we have the town square where everyone puts what they have to contribute, such as Gavin's most recent contribution. What is the kingdom of heaven? This one was really, really not. Here, I'll do this one instead, Gav.
When you don't have faith in God, I know from experience all these spirits, when you don't have faith in God, and especially when you're smart, which all of these men are, you may begin to believe that you have an idea that is right and good, and your idea may be in contradiction and in conflict with God's plan. And so I noticed that Paul Vanderklay, I'm trying to know his spirit, and it seems to be a spirit in which it's all in God's hands and which upholds Jesus and the fruit of the Holy Spirit and the Holy Spirit. And he's like,
Well, that sounds a bit too gossipy for me. But if it's not against God's plan, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Okay, what else do we have in the town square lately? Oh, look, this neutrino turned us out. Now, the proper use of the town square is your own or your friends, and keeping track of the rest of the corner is a valid use. And neutrino brought us Hezi's Tower of Babel one, which inspired that other stream the other day. This was fabulous. Thanks, Chad.
Necessary to separate.
Extremely charismatic. He's not fire and brimstone. He very successfully conveys the message that he's humble He's open-minded, he's tolerant. He, as a couple of the characters talk about, seeing him as the father they wish they'd had, or feeling that he too understands what it is to be an outsider. He's not what Robin expects the first time she visits the temple. She's expected someone who's very fired up, a sort of evangelical figure, but he seems quite self-deprecating. At the same time, he's very sexy. He's a good-looking older man. He's exactly what I think many of us would almost aspire to be. He seems very certain. At the same time, he appears superficially to be questioning. He's very inclusive. He seems to be very inclusive. He's
Now, I believe Chad's assertion in this video was that the character J.K. Rowling is describing might be based on Papa Peterson, but clearly, I think she's one of the viewers that doesn't chat in the hive mind.
I'm attacking the darkness.
It occurred to me as I prepared myself for this stream today that as the show is a ship, and the model for the ship I have is Serenity. Zoe, if you're out there, but the situation is actually more like a ship on the sea where the captain is a bloody drunk and the first officer makes the ship actually run, and that's what these thoughts occurred to me. Kevin in the hive mind says, what if the agent acting has no agency either? To which the simple and smart-ass answer that immediately came to mind is that then we're in the situation with the Oracle Matrix, where she says to him, you already made your choice. You're here to find out why. That would be the answer. My answer to your what if there, Kevin. And Chad says, I wouldn't be surprised if these higher up celebrities were actually lurkers around here, and I wouldn't either. I would actually it would be remarkable for how astute they would be to be here. I would think not on this ship of fools. The ship of fools. Oh, Wrath of God, you say. That reminds me that we have to go into Wrath next week. We're going through the 7 deadlies, finding their opposing processes, and then developing the Dreamcatcher of Optimal Grip, which I believe is visible in this tab you have open. Yes, right there it is. It's the Dreamcatcher of Optimal Grip. and we're going. I guess it's a 7-week exploration. I don't know, 6. It's taking at least 2 or 3 days for each sin and its opposite, but it's a fun time. We got people blind elephant gaming on it. Actually, was that a dream? It could be that I remember a dream I had, or this has actually happened and I forgot. But it was something like the notion of like Papa Peterson putting out a video called The Blind Elephant Game. I think I had a dream that happened. I really do. Special thanks to the Shadow Cabal for making this all possible. Over on this other branding tab here, I'm still developing your new thank you banner. I've made 0 progress on it so far, but that's your new representation, Shadow Cabal. For those of you who are members of the Shadow Cabal and would like your initials sewn on the cape of one of the figures representing you, let me know. You have means. There's the pillar chamber in the Discord for those people. Oh yes, we were showing people around the Discord. If you do create a branding either in .mov or .mp4 format, Jake, get out! No, get off of there. Over here on this, this didn't work out. It was supposed to be a GIF exchange where we played GIF games, and it just died, and I haven't pruned it yet. Meme dump is occasionally fun.
Oh, okay. It's like we have concerns about Bart. Oh, okay.
Concerns about the Bart. California, the first nation to ban fur. Whoa, that took an unexpected, not on my channel, pal. And this is where people drop off the fancy logos if you want to make suggestions. And here's the fancy scavenger bounty board. Oh, it's October. It's October. People play dress up on Devil's Night is an interesting thing. We'll probably do a special stream for that one. Oh, everybody wants to rule the.
One thing is true. A great change of our psychology is imminent. Our psychological attitude is because we need more. We need more psychology. We need more understanding of human nature. Because we need more. We need more psychology. We need more understanding of human nature, because the only real danger that exists is man himself.
And whoosh, and whoosh.
Oh, great. I got people saying check your breasts in the hive mind now. That reminds me, of course, that we have the LARPgate agency store available in the description of most live streams, where you can find such thing as the Denimor's Denny hat. Oh, you're not showing it, are you? No, you can find such things as the Denimor's Denny hat. It's expensive because the war is expensive. It's part of the Denim Wars, okay? But you can also find our brand new shirts, the Lobster Monkey Goose Fallen version tee. And this one's supposed to be higher quality on the that part is supposed to be prettier, so it had to be smaller. But we got this woman's comfort version, a premium ring spun cotton. Oh, look, the inspirational poster that we all know and love, and the Howdy Rascal baby thing, as well as the LARPgate sports bra. So yeah, those are the fine products you'll find in the description store. They used to let it. It's like one of my favorite things about integrating with YouTube was having the store below the thing. So they immediately took that away, but they still haven't killed the channel. You know, it's sort of funny to me that you guys are talking so much about remembering and sharing dreams, as because deep down in the bowels of the Resonance Hall on the Discord, there is the dream weaving room for just that sort of thing. but people apparently leave the server afterwards. Never mind. Did you know you could get the thumbnails at the link above in the top of the Hive Mind? Okay, I guess we're running out of juice, boys and girls. But it's been a Saturday Night Live with Grim Grizz on the live streams. And thank you to Rascal and Marty and Red Pill and Marty again for for helping keeping me alive. It's I really appreciate it a whole lot, a whole lot.
In all our searching, the only thing we've found that makes the emptiness bearable is each other.
Like Hobo's Lullaby. Go to sleep, you weary hobo. Let the town go drifting by. Listen to the steel rails a-humming. That's a hobo's lullaby.